Welcome back to the Catch Up on Cris Cyborg's YouTube channel. I am James Lynch. That is not Cris Cyborg. She's going to be fighting on Friday night. Instead, we got one of the best bantamweights in the world right now, Raufeon Stots, who's live on location from the hospital. Raufeon, thanks so much for doing this, man. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good, doing great. You know what I'm saying? I really can't complain. Literally can't complain.
Yeah, no, light's really been hitting you pretty well. We'll talk about that in a second, but just want to remind our audience to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. So I was telling you this off air. I had no idea you had another kid on the way, so really appreciate you taking the time here to do the show this week. Another baby boy. How excited are you, man, to be a dad for the second time?
Man, super excited, man. Super excited. I know I know Clarence Bubba is like really excited to have a little brother and somebody to play around with. So yeah, my heart is full right now.
Where does the name Clarence come from? I'm curious about that.
So Clarence was my first one. Clarence was both of our grandpas. It was my great grandpa name and her grandpa's name. And this baby is named Ikechukwu. Ikechukwu means God's power in Nigerian, in Igbo, actually. So my dad wanted me to name me. He wanted me to change my name, actually, to Ikechukwu. And I didn't want to do that because I was, like, in the middle of doing recruiting stuff and, maybe doing fighting and stuff. So I wasn't doing it, but I named my son Ikechukwu. Ikechukwu cool. December, and then December, his middle name. We do a lot in December. Like both of our birthdays are in December. We got married in December. And yeah, we like the name December.
Very cool, man. Well, again, really appreciate you doing this. Shows you what a great guy you are, Raufeon. You know, we do interviews wherever. It doesn't matter. Delivery room doesn't make a difference. So it's all good. But yeah. I wanted to start first with UFC 262. We had it over the weekend. Just an incredible win from Charles Oliveira, getting the lightweight title. Pretty inspiring, actually, when you think of the ups and downs he's had in his career. Just your reaction to the fight. It was sort of the talk of the town on the weekend.
Man, that was an amazing fight, you know. I mean, Michael Chandler definitely showed that he deserved to be there. He had him hurt in the first, you know what I mean? But Charles Oliveira, you know, I mean, show why he's, you know, the champion. He can overcome adversity, you know, came back and got his bearings about him and, you know, knocked out one of the best lightweights in the world. So kudos to Charles Oliveira. He's, you know, he's a champion for a reason.
Yeah, and you kind of alluded to it there, and this is what I think. I think Chandler's stock went up, if anything. He was very close to finishing Oliveira, and I think it goes to show, and this bodes well for you, is that Bellator's got really legit fighters. And, you know, I hate the fans who say, oh, one's better than the other. There's great fighters everywhere all over the world, and I think Chandler proved that even in the losing effort. Do you feel like his stock went up a bit on Saturday?
Yeah, I definitely think his stock went up for those casual fans, and that's who most of the time who we're talking about, the casual fans that think, oh, UFC is the only promotion that has good fighters, pretty much. So, yeah, his stock definitely went up. You know, everybody that knows Michael Chandler know he's a tough out for anybody in the world. So, yeah, definitely his stock definitely went up.
Speaking of stocks going up, how about that win you had a couple weeks ago for Bellator 258? Josh Hill, very tough guy to take out. Josh Hill's had 3 losses. All of them were to UFC vets. 2 of them were to Marlon Moraes, and now add Raufeon Stots on that as well. How happy were you with that performance? About as dominant as it gets outside of a finish.
Yeah, definitely. I'm super excited about the finish. Super excited how I did it. You know, I made it look easy against somebody who hasn't really had never really been dominated like that. You know, or he's lost some fights, but yeah, against very tough guys. Marlon Moraes is one, and I'm added to that list now. And you know, it's just, I mean, kind of the same way. It's just a matter of time, you know, before everybody figures out. You know, I'm an elite athlete.
Did you expect it to be that dominant of a victory? I honestly thought it was 50-50. I kind of gave you the edge like the odds did, but did you expect to be that dominant in the fight?
You know, I thought for sure that I would have the advantage on my feet. I mean, you know, but I'm thinking that usually on every fight, but I try to be realistic. I thought on the ground that we would be kind of, I didn't really know where I fared on the ground as far as him. You know, nobody could really hold him down, and he's a strong guy. I didn't really know how we fared, but you know, in that first exchange after I pretty much like dominated him on the ground and he couldn't really move, and I felt like his strength compared to my strength, I was like, I mean, and that's when I was like, man, I'll be able to dominate this fight and wherever it goes, you know what I mean? I didn't expect him actually too. I didn't expect him to have as much problems as he did, you know, with my striking, but that's just a credit to my coaches and my teammates and everybody at Rufus Sport. You know, fight IQ is just like really high, and our execution is even higher. So.
Yeah, it was a great night for Roufusport. Not only your win, but your good friend, close friend, training partner, Sergio Pettis winning the bantamweight title. How cool is that? I know that's a title you're gunning for as well, but you must have felt pretty good because you guys are in the gym every day training with each other, and now he's got a title.
Man, nobody I feel like deserves that more than Sergio. You know what I mean? So I'm super happy for Sergio. We worked really hard. You know what I mean? He put in the work. You know what I mean? He put in the work really hard. He adapted, wrestling, wherever. He's like got a student mindset, so he's man, I can't say enough nice things about Sergio, you know what I mean? He's going to boxing gyms, he's listening to every single coach we got, he's listening to wrestlers on the team and jiu-jitsu. He's just a real student athlete and student martial artist, and he's just a great guy and an awesome champion to have.
And this is something we talked about even before Pettis winning the title, but I know obviously that's the title you want. You guys do train together. Have you had that conversation yet, or is that something you'll address later?
Yeah, we had the conversation. I talked to Sergio, and our team has talked. We haven't really talked like in detail because, again, it's all speculation. But, if it happens, then if we have to fight each other only for the title, he understands where I'm coming from or, why I would need to fight. I understand if he's a champion that, he would have to defend. So, it is what it is. We're just kind of keeping it in the back of our heads till it actually happens. It's funny. We came back in the practice room. What was that? Monday I came back Monday or Tuesday or something. And then we were talking with our coach, Scott Cushman, and, he was just giving us pointers and, stuff we could do more and things we could do or we did right, you know what I mean? And how well we did and how proud he was of us. And I was like joking, and I was like, man, so what if I have to fight a guy that's kind of exactly like Sergio? Like, what should my game plan be there, And we all like joke about it, but it's kind of weird, but it's, it's a part of the game. So, And
I know it's still fresh, but I mean, has Bellator given any indication on if that's next? Because there are a couple other contenders out there. There's Patchy Mix who won over Albert Morales. There's you've got the Tiger, the Russian fighter.
Magomed.
Exactly. Yeah, you said it better than me.
You got Higo and Darrion Caldwell fighting.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Fighting this Friday. So I'm assuming you'll wait to see how that unfolds because I'm assuming Bellator is going to decide who fights next. It's not Sergio saying, "Hey, I'll fight whoever."
Yeah.
Do you think there's a possibility you could have another fight, or do you think you'd wait around for the title shot?
No, if they want me to wait, I'd rather fight. I'd rather fight again, I'd rather fight again. If I can, I'd rather fight like in the summer. Sometimes I like to stay active and, I dominate pretty good, so I don't really take a lot of damage. So I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm not fighting. And it's fun to me to fight, you know what I mean? So I want to get back in there. But, if they want me for the title, hopefully I don't have to wait. Hopefully it's a soon turnaround. But also I got to think about what Sergio wants, if Sergio wants a quick turnaround or not. If they offer me the title, I'll probably definitely take the title. But best case scenario, I fight like 2 times before the year is over. Okay. I haven't talked to Bellator at all yet. I think we were kind of waiting, to kind of see how things played out and kind of give them some time. Give me some time kind of to, hang out for a bit. And we'll probably be in talks with him here in the next couple of weeks or something.
Well, yeah, and you got important things at home with the new baby and everything. So I'm sure I'm guessing ideal time for you to get back in there would probably be maybe end of summer, maybe the fall, or do you want to get in there sooner? What's sort of the game plan there?
Yeah, kind of end of the summer, beginning of the fall would be like perfect time.
Well, mind reading.
Also, we are also like, we sold a house, like during the camp, we was like selling the house. Michaela was pregnant. We had the fight, so we had like showings and stuff to do, and we're actually moving to Texas to be closer to family. We'll still do our camps at Roufusport, but so we had like a lot of stuff going on. So it'd be nice to focus on some of that stuff and I'm always training, so I mean I'm literally training like an hour or 2 a day now since it's like off or I don't have a fight or anything, but it'd be nice to focus on some of those things too.
Are you in Texas right now, or are you back in Wisconsin?
No, right now I'm in Wisconsin. I'll be in Wisconsin till about June something, and then we're making the move, and then we're selling our house, and then we'll stay in Nebraska for a little bit, and then move out to Texas. We're kind of waiting on the housing market to kind of go down a little bit, and then kind of buy a house.
Interesting. Something in the water at Rufus Sport. Gerald's going to be a dad soon too, right? So you got.
Yeah, we got Gerald going to be a dad. Anthony Pettis going to be a dad. That quarantine got us, man.
Exactly. Yeah, it's something in the water this year. Yeah, I was telling you off air. I'm going to be a dad for the second time in September.
Yeah,
so
they got us.
They got us.
Yes,
exactly.
Sir.
It's good timing. Before we go, again, I really appreciate the time. You did mention the fight there, Darrion, Caldwell, Leandro, Higo. Really interesting fight. What I'm interested with is Caldwell's like a big favorite in this fight, and I think that's interesting because Higo's trains with the Pitbull brothers, very sort of up and down record, but he's shown that he can beat really good guys as well. How do you look at that fight from a style perspective? Caldwell now at Stanford MMA too, so that should be interesting.
Yeah, well, they fought before, and Caldwell finished him pretty fast. So if he made some adjustments, and it looked like he underperformed in that fight. But if he made some adjustments, he should, on paper, he should make a tough fight. But sometimes people have your number, and Caldwell had his number on that night. We'll see what happens this time. I'm kind of picking Caldwell to win.
Yeah, I think Caldwell will win too. I just think it'll be closer than the odds are indicating.
Outrageous if Higo wins. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm kind of picking Caldwell to win because on the ground, Caldwell just looks like he's just a step ahead. Or he was a step ahead of him. At the time. Yeah, he just dominated. He pretty much just picked him up, took him down. And, took him, or I think he finished him in a guillotine or something. But he looked pretty dominant on the ground, as far as strength to each other, strength and technique, I should say, comparative to each other. So, yeah, I'm picking Darrion Caldwell to win, but I don't know if maybe that'll be my next fight, hopefully.
There we go. Exactly. Yeah. Probably keeping an eye on that one for sure.
He's a former champion.
And then we got to talk about the main event. Obviously, this is the show. Cris Cyborg fighting Leslie Smith, the rematch. It's boxing odds, right? Cyborg like a -100 favorite. I think the question is when is the fight going to end? What are you sort of expecting from the main event on Saturday? Nothing against Leslie Smith, but Cyborg's very dominant.
Cyborg is that girl. You know what I'm saying? I want to say beware, but I don't know if I can cuss or not. I probably shouldn't with the baby.
Yeah.
But Cyborg. I'm kind of figuring her. She's just so dominant and so aggressive, and if she comes out and is Cyborg, I don't see it lasting past the second round. But then again, Leslie Smith is tough and tested, so but yeah, I think Cyborg is just like a cut above her competition. So,
and you're a cut above when it comes to doing interviews, Raufeon. Really appreciate it. Live from the hospital, you're doing this. Really appreciate it, man. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, we'll give you the last word.
Yeah, man. Oh, I like to thank Contour Athletics. They gave me some cool clothes. I like to thank Akechiku December for being such a, Clarence Bubba's got to learn a couple things about being, quiet during interviews. So I like to thank him. I like to thank my wife. She actually had a VBAC. I don't know if you know what that is, but
I don't know.
Yeah, a C-section the first time, and she was trying for a vaginal birth, a natural birth the second time, and she did it, and I'm proud of her. I'm probably shout out to the world. So, yeah, that's all I got.